Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from DBF5A Boys. Now we will introduce about our assignment, Business Ethics in Islam. The topic that we have choose is Grab Car e-hailing. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Imran bin Muhammad Fafila.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Zulkarnain and I'm from DBF 5A.
My name is Naim Asnawi. I'm from DBF 5A.
Alhamdulillah, first and foremost, we would want to express our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala for allowing us to complete our work. This task was completed with the help of all group members, despite a minor issue that arose through the course of the project. Fortunately, all of the issues were resolved, and we were able to adjust effectively and prudently. Apart from that, we would want to express our gratitude to our lecturer, Miss Junainah binti Jaafar, for her assistance in completing our assignment. She always encouraged us and showed us how to complete our assignment so that we can get a solid result from the study we have done. Our group chosen company are Grab. On the other side, a big thank you to our group members, Esmi, Muhammad Imran bin Muhammad Fafila, and the next member of my group, Ahmad Zulkarnain bin Abdul Razak, and the last member is Naim Asnawi bin Muhammad Nasri, for always giving it our all and never giving up on understanding the things we need to know while working on this project and creating good teamwork. I'm hoping that all the hard work will be beneficial to both of us and our group endeavor. Finally, we hope that our assignment satisfy the lecturer requirement.
FA, and I'll be presenting about the introduction Grab car e-hailing. Ride-hailing apps like Uber and Lyft have come to dominate the cab industry in the United States, while Grab is the app to have in Asia. Grab, formerly known as Grab Taxi, it's an Uber-like service that offers flat rate rides, Lyft, and on-demand taxi service based on the car, the city, and time spent waiting, unlike local taxis, which in many places can be unreliable. Grab lets you install and schedule a trip through your app, wait for it, and then pay via the app or cash. Because you won't have to worry about hailing an unlicensed cab, this feature makes traveling safer for foreigners. Grab truly vets all of its drivers, and you may save money with flat rate payments. In 2011, Anthony Tan, then a Harvard undergraduate, sketched up a proposal for an Uber-based taxi booking software after a classmate complained about the difficulty of hailing a car in Malaysia. Tan finally developed a booking service which he pitched at the 2011 Harvard Business Plan competition and won second place, allowing him to attract angel investors. In 2012, MyTaxi was the first service to appear, and it quickly evolved into Grab Taxi. And then after that, it changed to Grab, just Grab. In Malaysia, the Philippines, India, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, and Indonesia, Grab is presently available in 30 cities. The Grab app uses a location sharing system to dispatch taxis and private rental automobiles to nearby commuters. Grab Food is a food delivery service, whereas Grab Express, Grab Mart, and Grab Assistance are on-demand delivery services. You may book a taxi up to 7 days in advance using Grab's app and GPS services. You can choose your starting location, destination, and travel time, as well as whether your trip is for personal or professional reasons. You can even leave the driver with remarks about your appearance or where you be. Simply download the Grab app for iOS and Android and sign up using Google, Facebook, or your phone number, and confirm your phone number. Grab offers several benefits, the most significant of which are rapid booking, insured drivers, rider ratings, and short or guaranteed wait times. To safeguard themselves and their goods, Grab driver must register as a local business convert their vehicle to a commercial vehicle, sign up in person at the Grab office and get commercial insurance. We'll only deal with legitimate taxi drivers, not inexperienced ones. If you use Grab Taxi, Grab Hitch, on the other hand, is missing this feature. Flat rate fees are the first. Grab charge flat rate fees that are clearly displayed before you take your journey. This feature eliminates the element of surprise from many taxi charges and assists you in selecting the most cost-effective ride for your needs. Second, there are fewer wait times. Grab rides are usually accessible soon away because it has over 30,000 drivers in 30 cities. Last but not least, Grab allows you to review your driver after each ride. Similar to Uber, so drivers who are tough to ride with will have a low rating. Thank you.
To summarize the article, my team members and I have choose Malaysia's e-hailing drivers have expressed dissatisfaction with the new legislation, which they learned about 2 days before it is supposed to take effect for the country's e-hailing market. Despite the fact that many drivers objected, they comply and follow the rules. Those e-hailing drivers may comply, but the difficulty is the new rules are constantly introduced. It was one after the other. If they kept doing this, everyone would soon have to rely on taxi services because there are no more e-hailing drivers will be available. That was according to Mr. Pakhianandan, who has worked in the e-hailing industry for more than 2 years and he is seriously considering leaving. The original deadline for all e-hailing drivers to obtain a PSV license, passengers insurance, e-hailing stickers and e-hailing vehicle permit was on July 12th. However, the government later extended the deadline until Saturday, October 12th. Now from January, Malaysia's ride-hailing drivers must register for a PSV license. According to the Road Transport Department and Land Public Transportation Department, all e-hailing drivers must have a physical EVP and the drivers will no longer have to manually convert their vehicle category according to the Transport Minister Anthony Loke himself. The minister's announcement has temporarily relieved e-hailing drivers, and finally the Malaysian government will not accede to taxi cab drivers' demands for a Grab ban.
The B part, which is suggest any elements of a formal ethics program that might be suitable for the organization. So the first one is Code of Ethical Conduct. One of the most typical core aspect of a formal ethics curriculum is a code of ethical conduct, sometimes known as a code of ethics. A code comparable to this has been developed by a number of well-known organizations. It is one of the most well-known and important instruments for building corporate ethics in an organization, since it has the ability to influence employee behavior. It usually includes policies and ethical principles that all members of the organization should adhere to in order to operate ethically. Its purpose is to strengthen managers' and employees' ability to deal with ethical challenges by educating them on what constitutes ethical behavior. According to Schwartz 2004, a code of ethics should include the following items for it to be useful and effective. Everyone in the organization, as well as all business partners, should be aware of this. Uncomplicated and non-legalistic includes examples of both ethical and immoral behavior and behaviors. Use a positive tone instead of a negative one. Sanctions or consequences for violating the code should be specified. In addition to the qualities stated above, a code of ethical conduct should clarify the method for handling complaints and provide definitions of the standards and standards of practice that all members of the organization are expected to follow. After attending an induction session, the code of ethics, usually a stale piece of paper that is intended to be hidden away, someplace in the desk drawer of employees. As a result, employers must require all employees to sign off on the code on an annual basis, confirming that they have read, comprehended, and agreed to follow it. So the second point is compliance manual. Large organizations frequently use compliance guide to clarify important rules, policies, and regulations that must be followed by all employees. Employees can utilize a guidebook like this to help them understand the rules and put them into practice in their daily work. For the convenience of employees, some manuals include a checklist of items to do. For example, HSBC Bank Malaysia requires all functional heads of departments to ensure that all employees read and execute the RAINS compliance manual on a yearly basis. They must also sign off on the manual, a checklist containing all of the bank's day-to-day banking rules, regulations, and legal provisions must be filled out and signed by the heads of department. The third one is ethics officers and compliance officers. Ethics officer, or also known as EOS, are administrators in charge of managing all aspects of an organization's official ethics policy. They execute the program and provide ethical problem identification and resolution suggestions to the top management. At the board of directors, they are high-ranking corporate executive with the authority and clout to make ethical decisions to ensure that the ethical officers operate independently. A reporting system that provides secrecy and anonymity without fear of retaliation should be implemented. For administrative matters, the ethics officers should report directly to the board of directors with a dotted line reporting to the CEO. For fear of retaliation, members of an organization will be hesitant to submit the potential ethical issue to an ethics officer who is not unbiased. One of the most important roles of an ethics officer is to support the organization's top management team and board of directors in developing an ethical culture. When it comes to ethics officers are the primary point of contact for management, employees, customer, directors, shareholder, and even supplier. Ethics officers are in responsibility of offering direction to employees, investigating allegation of ethical misbehavior, and formulating and implementing ethics and compliance standards according to Petrie and Tace in 1992. It's important to keep in mind that the CEO's role in allocation financial and human capital resources is critical to the ethics officer success. Compliance officers are in charge of ensuring that policies, rules, regulations are followed, as well as managing ethical practices. In most organizations, in a nutshell, ethics officers and compliance officers are the foundations of a successful ethical program for a company. That's all from me. Thank you.
So let's continue to the functions of the managers in the organization in managing the firm to achieve their goal set. The first one is planning. Managers usually conduct an in-depth analysis of the organization existing state of affairs while planning, taking into account the vision and mission of the business and evaluating the resources available to meet organizational goals. When planning, managers look at both internal and external factors that could affect the plan's implementation, such as economic growth, customers, and competitors. Managers may need to take further steps before implementing the strategy, such as seeking approval from other departments, executives, or their board of directors. There are three types of planning, by the way. The first one is strategic planning, second one is tactical planning, and the third one is operational planning. Now, the second function is organizing. To accomplish the planning stage objectives, the goal of organizing is to divide resources and transfer responsibilities to individuals. During the organizing stage, managers strive to create a productive working environment. When assigning team members duties, managers should clarify and ensure that individuals understand their specific tasks. The third one is leading. To achieve organizational goals, leading requires promoting and influencing employee behavior. Leading focuses on managing people, such as individual employees, teams, and organizations, rather than tasks. Although managers can direct their teams by issuing orders and delivering instructions, effective leaders usually engage with their employees by using interpersonal skills to encourage, inspire, and motivate them to achieve their full potential. The fourth one is directing. The management takes the lead by making decisions without consulting the employee. This is a good leadership style for new employees who require a lot of directions and training at first. The fifth one is coaching. Employee suggestions are more welcome by management. They build collaboration and trust among team members. They may offer their ideas to co-workers. People that require managerial aid to enhance their careers can benefit from this leadership style. Number 6, delegating. Employees get little directions from their employer, who is more concerned with the project's vision than with day-to-day operations. This leadership style benefits employees who can work and complete tasks on their own with minimum supervision. Instead of focusing on costs, the leader can focus on high-level objectives. Number 7, supporting. The manager can consult with the team when making choices, but he or she is more concerned with building relationships inside the group. This leadership technique benefits employees who have fully developed talents but are inconsistent in their performance. And the last function is number 8, which is controlling. Controlling is the process of evaluating how well a plan is being carried out by making required adjustments to ensure that the organization's objectives are met. During the controlling stage, managers carry out tasks such as training employees when needed and keep tracking of deadlines. Managers monitor and evaluate their employees' performance. They can conduct performance reviews and give staff feedback, including compliments and ideas for development. They may also provide pay-raise incentives to high-performing employees. That's all.
Now, for the develop any suitable code of ethics for the organization of GrabCar and e-hailing. There are 3 suitable codes. The first one is anti-bribery and corruption. Any type of fraud, corruption, extortion, or other improper benefit-related behavior is absolutely forbidden. bribes or other illegal improper benefits, or the advantages from business partner are not acceptable to suppliers. Suppliers must not provide any type of reward or perks to Grab workers in order to gain an unfair business advantage. The second one is privacy and intellectual property. Suppliers must abide by all applicable data, privacy laws and regulation when collecting, disclosing, retaining and or processing personal data of Grab customers and employees. Suppliers are argued to respect intellectual property rights, copyrights, patents and trademarks. When any intellectual property rights are created as part of a contractual agreement with Grab, the ownership of those intellectual properties right is determined by the terms of the signed contract. And the last suitable code is human right discrimination and labor. Suppliers are obligated to safeguard their employees' human rights and treat them with decency and respect. This encompasses, but is not limited to, suppliers must verify that their personnel meet the minimal legal and regulatory criteria in their respective jurisdictions. This include, but is not limited to, minimum wage payment, provident retirement fund contribution, overtime hours, and pay, monetary rest time, minimum working age, and so on. Suppliers must ensure that no employee is forced to work and that all employees are given fair chance to do so in an atmosphere devoid of discrimination, harassment, and coercion.
In conclusion, the term organizational ethics refers to a set of rules or principles that regulate how each individual or employee should behave in the workplace. It is more likely for a company to prosper if it maintains high ethical standards. Every organization, as well as we all know, should avoid engaging in illegal or unethical behavior that is against the law. Employees who promote ethical behavior are more likely to attract and retain talent, as well as improve the quality and efficiency of their employees' work. The company will face a number of issues that will affect both now and in the future. Employees who put others' identification in jeopardy are one of the organization hazards. These threats are typically linked to ethical and integrity issues. Grab is as popular e-hailing service in Southeast Asia, and the essay demonstrates how unethical the company is. For example, top management keeps on issuing new regulations to e-hailing workers that sometimes make no sense. Whether they like it or not, they must comply and obey all of the regulations issued by top management. If they do not comply and obey all the regulations issued by the top management, they will not be hired and will not be able to work as an e-hailing driver. However, some of the workers will not agree with the terms and will decide to quit. This problem persists to this day, and it is apparent that senior management has ethical issues in carrying out their duties. Of course, they made those regulations to meet their customer wants and needs, but they also need to consider the e-hailing worker decisions. If the top management consider about it, those e-hailing workers might willingly accept all regulations that were given by the top management. The purpose of this research is to find effective ways to improve an organization's ethical standards. It is feasible to conclude, based on the analysis offered, that an organization can be enhanced in a variety of ways. Future study into new approaches to how the organization progress is greatly encouraged. Poor management will almost certainly result in the company's demise. Top executive must play a role in the company's success. That's all from me. Thank you very much.